Hey guys, I'm Sabrina, this is Michael, and today we are going to do a quick review on Monster Hunter the movie. With that said, hit the subscribe button, the notification button, and leave a comment below letting us know that you watched the movie and let us know if you liked it or not. With that said, let's get into it.
Let's do this, guys.
Okay, so we did watch Monster Hunter the movie. I keep wanting to say the world because we personally play the game and we currently play it on the Xbox. And it's Monster Hunter World and then Monster Hunter Iceborne, which was the expansion pack that came with it. And then when we heard that Monster Hunter the movie was coming out, I was actually really excited. I was thinking,
I was very excited about that.
I was like, what? They finally
a live version.
And Monster Hunter has been around. This whole Monster Hunter world has been around for a long time.
So finally seeing it in a big screen, right? It was super exciting, for that too. So
yeah, and I was actually really pleased to see that they cast Mila Jovovich. It all depends on how you pronounce her name. I'm sorry. If sorry, Mila, if I've said your name. Anyways, with her in there, and what's his name? Something Jaw. Tony Jaa. Dang, that man. He's getting pretty good in the martial arts world, by the way, you guys. And so for him to be a monster hunter in the movie, that was pretty good. And Ron Perlman, you guys, you thought Ron Perlman was kind of keep laying low. Now they brought him back out. One of my favorite parts that he's played is Hellboy. And then to see him in this role as the Admiral in the movie, I was actually super stoked about it.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking to see that, right? And this is his part in the movie, so very interesting. I definitely like the casting that they did with Mila Jovovich. I think she played a different switch of character for this kind of part, right, in a sense. But we know that she's been in movies mainly for the Resident Evil, so she plays this kind of character. So kind of fit in with her as well, I think.
Total badass. Yeah. I mean, she's smooth, and the fact that I think she's more of a veteran in roles as such. So this was to me, I thought she really fit into this role. Yeah.
Based on this storyline, I think this storyline, the way they captured this storyline and how they did it, I think choosing her as this character, as an individual that's going to be part of this world, I think was a good fit.
Yeah.
Right now, Tony Jaa being the inside of the movie, right? He was actually the hunter in that specific world. So how their roles intertwined together and how they end up meeting together, right, was kind of interesting and seeing how they interact and what was being displayed there for them. So a good little chemistry between them. I like the little fight scene that they both had because of their experience. That was kind of fun to watch.
Yes.
Tony Jaa and Mila get at it during in the movie inside his hut. So.
Yeah, very, very cool. And and the weapons. Now Mila's weapons of choice was in fact the dual blades. And I recall Tony Jaa had the greatsword.
He had the greatsword and he had the bow.
Yes, great sword and the bow. Now for you veteran Monster Hunters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that are very new to Monster Hunter and have no idea of the Monster Hunter world, the weapons are cool. And now they didn't get to really show a lot of the different weapons on there. And I think that's fair in the fact that they have such a short amount of time to really introduce the world itself. But I thought it was nice to see the cool effects of the weapons that they used there.
So near the end of the movie, which is great, right? Because they're fighting one of the main monster bosses, that kind of, so to speak, at the end, right? When we get to see the world had the other hunters there as well.
Yes.
We get to see what kind of weapons they got to choose, what they got to utilize to fight the last monster. And so speaking of monsters, which I really liked about it was that, one of the few monsters that they represent, and one of the badass monsters they used was the Black Diablos, right?
Right.
And the scenery for this, right, the whole sand area, the way that the Diablos presented himself and introduced himself to Mila Jovovich and to her cast of misfits, right, and how they portrayed this monster, I think was stunning. The way they looked, I liked the way they created the monster, how it looked was pretty spot on into the way the Black Diablos looks like.
Yeah.
The way the reaction was, I love the close-up of the eyes of the monster when he was following them. I thought it was really, really cool. I think the CGI they did in there was great. So it was a great interpretation of that for me. Me personally, I thought it was like, wow, they did a good job with that monster.
Yeah, Rathalos was probably one of my favorites too, and it's just, come on, it's got wings. It can fly. It looks like a dragon for those of you that are gonna, see it for the first time. And I love dragons. Dragons are awesome.
Yeah.
So just to be able to see a creature of that type, and for them to be in a fight or a combat with that particular beast is amazingly. It's just jaw dropping.
The monster, the Rathalos.
The graphics was really good, very strong.
Very good. The way they did the Rathalos was very spot on to the game. The way it looked, the way it moved, the way it interacted with them, and then how the hunters,
fierceness of it.
And the way the hunters were trying to fight them at the end because it was a known feared monster. So I was really pleased the way it looked and how they made this Rathalos look, how fierce it was, how it moved, the way it sounded. So you kind of felt like, wow, this feels great, and like it was kind of similar to what we are experiencing as we play Monster Hunter. So I'm very excited about that. It was really good.
Well, my likes of the movie were the introduction of Monster Hunter World itself. And I say Monster Hunter World, I mean the entire gaming universe for Monster Hunters. It was a really amazing introduction for anybody who has kind of been on the wayside when it comes to gaming. We've been doing Monster Hunter for quite some time, so obviously we've fallen in love with it. So for me, I really loved that they were able to kind of bring that on the forefront, so everybody now gets to feel Monster Hunter. What I liked was that they brought Monster Hunter out to the public, so even if you're not a gamer, you will now get to really get a feel of Monster Hunter and the impact and the excitement from it. What I didn't really care for was the fact that they had to incorporate our world, our human world as it is now, and blend it into the Monster Hunter world. It's kind of like a dimensional thing, and I thought that they could really do without that part of the story. It would have been best for me to just see Monster Hunter World and those, like the ecosystem, the people who are in it, the hunters, and a backstory of Monster Hunter World in general. But I'm actually looking forward, if they in fact make a second movie, I'm quite interested as to see how they're going to really take that and make it even better.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, Sabrina. Overall, it was very pleasing to see the movie, bring the real life story or the real life characters or some of these monsters about Monster Hunter into the big screen. So very exciting about that. I do have to agree. I rather would love to see a story within the world of Monster Hunter, not intertwining it with our real life world. But just trying to see how it relates to, or how they're trying to make it more modernized, and how this can be a two-dimensional kind of world. I know a lot of movies are looking into different dimensions intertwining each other, so I can see where they're going to go with that angle. But I would love to see more of a world inside of Monster Hunter. Just that world. What's that all about? What is it inclined with? What's the characters are? I would love to see a little bit more monsters. I know they only focus on two primary monsters, the Black Diablos and the Rathalos, right?
Only just a snippet.
And then there was
some of the monsters.
And there was a secret monster at the end, right? So, but at least it just gives you the opportunity, like Sabrina was saying, that there's possibility looking into doing a sequel to this movie. So I hope that in the sequel, I hope if they do create a sequel that I'll be excited to watch too, is that it is strictly on that world. So I want to see the vast world, like we have fallen in love with Monster Hunter, and just exploring that world, seeing all the development, the layout, the environment, and the creatures to come along. So I'll be definitely looking forward to that if they decide to make it. So I hope you guys do.
And for those of you that haven't watched it, it is still available in the theaters, so go ahead and check your local listings to see when you can go and catch that movie before it disappears. Or you could just wait till it's ready and available to stream. I'm sure that's going to be pretty quick for 2021.
So overall, I would like to say, I would actually give this movie a big thumbs up. I think I enjoyed the movie, the overall aesthetics, the thought that they're bringing the movie in. and just bringing it to the forefront of the game to the movie, I'm definitely going to give it a thumbs up. What about you, Sabrina?
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Overall, I did enjoy the movie despite the facts of the little details that I thought that they could do without. So I liked it, and I'd like to think that the next movie coming out is going to be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully they do it, and I'll be super excited about that. So, for you guys at home, let us know what you guys think. If you guys haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie. For those who have seen the movie, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought, what you guys like or dislike about the movies. What was your favorite part about that scene? And we'll definitely look forward to talking to you guys about the next episodes and what shows we're looking into, right?
Absolutely. All right, guys. Till next time, we appreciate you hanging in there with us, and we will see you on the next video.
Peace
Bye.
out.